As part of the 4EMU Safe Work Procedure program, we have designed a super fast method to capture all personnel on site and added a comprehensive reporting system to comply with DMIRS requirements. The attendance module also allows management to track contractor staff compliance by trade group or skill set. This module links to the skills and training matrix, which also links directly to the Safe Work Procedure, to ensure legal compliance with skills, licenses, and VOCs needed to carry out the job. Categories describe what the person is doing on site. Are they actually at work? Are they sick in the camp? Are they on an R&R day in the camp? All of these categories have a default time attached to them, which you will see in use shortly. The idea is to create data integrity. Many of these sorts of programs are done on spreadsheets, which guarantee a breach of data integrity. The next area of master data is a complete list of companies on site. This is important to allocate workers to a company for the reporting process. The company is only entered once in the master data. Designations is the next section of master data. This is important as we want to know, for example, how many times a company had a dozer driver on site, or how many times a plumber visited the camp. You will see how all this comes together when we start searching later on. Employees is the next section of master data. Employees must be allocated one of the designations and a company. Once again, this makes searching simple later on and guarantees data integrity. So we never type the employee's name in again, so the data here is used for every entry later on. Now we look at all the attendance records entered in the system. Don't worry, this is a database and can handle over 1 billion entries. Unlike a spreadsheet, the data can be manipulated easily and cannot be corrupted by personnel entering one employee, as Bob Williams, Robert Williams, or Horse. I've seen it all when it comes to spreadsheets. Here we are looking at all entries for Atlas. You can sort by any of the columns as well. You can keep filtering and sorting until you get the dataset you want, then you export it as an Excel spreadsheet using the export button at the top of this screen. So we have all Atlas entries for the year on screen. Type in Herbertson and the data is filtered to all entries for Herbertson for the year. You can use this filter to see how many Atlas plumbers have been on site for any given time period. You can filter on any of the data in seconds. So it is simple to filter on a contract company for a set period of time and see if they had any loader drivers on site. You can filter by time periods, by category, and by designation. So very quickly, you can drill down to the data you need, without formulas or manipulation. The report section is designed to provide complete details on a daily basis of who has been on site and for what company. The daily report is in depth for reporting directly to management and safety. This is selecting a daily report for the 1st of May. Notice the totals for each area and also the list of personnel on site for each company. This information takes seconds to be compiled without any need to gather data. The system does it for you. We do this process again for the 13th of April, just to show you how easy it is. We now add to see the man-hours by company for 1 month. We enter the April 1st to the 30th of April. The list is compiled in seconds. As all the information is retained in the database, we have a clear audit trail if DMIRS has any queries. Now we are going to see how easy it is to add multiple entries to the database. You already know the export button downloads a PDF file of your filtered attendance records. Click on the button, Add New Attendance. You can enter each attendee individually, but this is slow. There is an Add Bulk button which speeds up the process, especially if you are working off company lists, like breathalyzer sheets, or company sign-on sheets, submitted by a company. The ability to very quickly filter for all Atlas personnel, then quickly select who is on site is shown. We have selected personnel from the company Atlas who are on site for the day you are entering. Don't worry, this can all be changed in the next stage if you have made errors. When you have made your selections, click the Add to Attendance button. You can add hundreds of entries at once if you want, but we tend to use the system to add a company at a time. These entries are now queued for edit or entry before submitting to the database. The system automatically allocates a category of on-site, which has a default time of 12 hours, set in the master data, which can be changed to suit each company. You can now change category and times, or delete individual entries at this stage. When you have made any changes you require, click on the Add Attendance button at the bottom to submit the entries. It is worth remembering that once data is entered to the database, it can also be changed if you have made an error. So these entries have been added to the database list of attendances. We go back in and add a single entry looking for Alex Herbertson. We find it in seconds and add it to the queue. Next we look for PRG. We add attendees for the day. We deliberately add one person twice to show you how the system checks overcome this issue. The system only allows one entry for one person per day. The queue has 2 entries for the same person. At this stage, the queue has not been sent to the database. When the data is sent to the database, it will not allow duplicate entries for the one person, for the same day. This is just showing you how easy it is to find whatever person you are looking for. The use of master data, one entry per employee, overcomes user error where one person is entered multiple times with different names or nicknames. We go back to the queue and check all entries. No changes are needed here, so we send the data to the database. All entries have now been added. You will notice we only have one entry for the person who had 2 entries in the queue. This is done in the background, and is done to stop incorrect data being added, which would corrupt the report's data. Let's have a look at the daily report for this data we just entered. It takes seconds to get the daily report. Unlike a spreadsheet, this data can be used for other purposes. If we add attendances for this day and recreate the report, the data will change. This data is stored and is not overwritten or deleted. Reports can be modified, new ones can be added. With the filters and the Excel download, it is a very simple process to get information. A few examples which I have been asked to supply previously. Provide a list of how many times a person was on site and what dates. Provide lists of personnel by a specific company for a specific date range. Provide lists of all personnel who have been sick in camp for a specific time or by a specific company. There are multiple other uses for the data. It is easy to download, it is easy to search for, it is permanently kept in the database. Thanks for watching.